Hello, world buffeteers. This is Ameda, your chief buffeteer at Startup Buffet, and your host for Success Secret Sauce, the all-you-can buffet-style business show for entrepreneurs. The traditional saying is, the wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm sure you know what that means. Something looks completely innocent, something looks harmless, but it could actually harm you in some way. Now, in the real world, in the business world, I also say it as the con in pros clothing. These con artists pretend to be pros. Now, whether they are intentional or unintentional of conning people, the result is the same because they pretend to deliver something, but actually they couldn't. But they put out this clothes that act like a pro, talk like a pro, and pretend to be. But, once you dig deeper and, actually once you lift up the face, the facade, you realize it's nothing there. So, in my opinion, they're still con artists, whether they're intentional or unintentional. Now, I've been in the business world for quite some time, and I'm a seminar junkie, actually. I love going to seminars, learn different things, going to classes. Even if I would spend like 2 hours, 3 hours, I would learn one new thing that I didn't know before. It's totally worth it. Now, I also belong to different entrepreneurial groups, organizations, and like real estate investor organization and stuff like that, because, that's my expertise. What I find is people are, some depends on the group. It depends on the quality of the group, and it depends on the individual as well, of course. But what I've found is it doesn't matter which group, there will always be this con artist out there, pretend to be pros, pretend to be an expert on something, and it turned out they are just nothing there. So, as an example, I met this one person, is a self-proclaimed financial coach. Now, we both belongs to this entrepreneurial groups that everybody is actually an entrepreneur in this group, whether you just started or about to start or had been in business for a long time, doesn't matter. So, the whole group is entrepreneurs. So, okay, that's cool. Everybody's must have done something cool here, right? Okay, so I met this person, financial coach. It's like, wow, okay, so who do you coach mostly? It's like, oh yeah, I coach kids. It's like, oh, interesting. So there are kids in college or even in high school, just about to get to college. And I thought, wow, that is so cool because you can teach them a skill, a life skill. Financial skill is life skill. It's very, very important. I wish I had someone show me the way, how it should be done when I was at that age. I was clueless. I wish somebody would just teach me how to do it. And you are doing this great thing. Wow, I thought, this person is doing the best thing ever. Teach kids their financial skills. Very, very essential. And I thought, wow, this is great because kids is going to start life after college. Most of them, after college, could get a job, and then, now you start to earn money. What you going to do with it, right? And this person can prep them ahead of time, and because now what they know about what to do with money can get them just so much far ahead of time and ahead of everybody else. Wow, these kids are so lucky, I thought. So how it works is, this person would, I guess, introduce himself to different schools or communities and put himself in front of kids and give them the talk or the education. I have no idea what exactly he sells or how it works. I have no idea. But, I just thought the idea and the content basically is really good. I thought, wow, excellent. Until later, I learned this person is in constant cash strapped. and borrowing money, behind on bills. And I thought something is really wrong. No, maybe that's just a very short, temporary thing, right? And it turned out that it's not. And it turned out this is a constant issue for this person. Now, first, I don't judge people by what car they drive or, where they live or what clothes, are they designer clothes that they wear. I don't care. I live at the beach myself, and flip-flop is our standard attire. So if you're dressed up, I look at you like, what are you doing? But, I don't judge other people like that. I actually have friends who's like multi-millionaire, dress very much like I dress, because we just like to be casual, who give a damn about, if you wear designer clothes. Great if you do. So, and this person has nothing particular to show that he is a high achiever, have done a lot of great things or anything like that. So, but it's not how I perceive who he is. But just because, that turned out to be, wait a minute, this person is constantly needs money from someone else, like borrowing, because, I'm behind on bills and always in financial disaster. Obviously, this person has no financial skills. He can't even manage his own money. He cannot even manage his daily life, his financial life. How could you be out there teaching anybody a skills that you claim that you master? He's a coach. If you're a coach, you master something and you can coach people. You can teach other people how to do it. That's what I'm talking about. These are con artists. These people is so irresponsible. And I'm just so worked up. I am pissed off when I learned that. Because not only you conning people, you're conning kids. What if any of these kids believe what you have to say and also look up to who you are? That is so screwed up. I was so mad when I find out. And I said to myself, oh my goodness, another one. Another con artist in pros clothing. Everybody claimed to be, I'm this, I'm that. I am whatever guru or coach of something. When somebody said they're a coach, I always have my red flag, actually. And this person with kids, my goodness. So another example. This one is closer to home. It's family, but not blood related. We have absolutely no relationships. Kind of like distant people. So this person decided, I'm going to go take some class. And I'm going to be certified to become a life coach. Now, I always allergic to life coach because I have no idea what they do. Maybe because I don't feel like I need a life coach. I mean, I have a lot of mentors. I have a lot of coaches, but it's usually very specific. Life coach, I don't know what they do. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I just don't know what they do. So all of a sudden, this person got certified, become a life coach in a fairly short period of time. Unfortunately, I know her life is pretty screwed up. And I know her life pretty well. At least the stories, and I know her personally. And I thought, wow, you're going to be a life coach for somebody? You're going to be a life coach to help other people? How does that work? Because herself is full of life dramas. Always got money problem, got relationship problem, got personal, physical weight problem, got all sorts of problems. It got, problem at work. It got problems, everywhere, basically. How could you help other to straighten up their life? I assume that's what life coach does. I assume that what life coach is help people find goals and purpose in life. And maybe this person needs help on a personal issue or money issue or work issue or relationship issue. I don't know. I assume that's what it is. But she herself got all these problems. She could join in to get in life to hire a life coach instead of being the life coach. So I don't get it. I don't understand. To me, she's just conning people. What? How much are you going to charge people for? What do you have? What have you achieved so far to show people that you qualified to be a coach? What? There is none. There is none. I know this person's story so well, full of life drama, money, relationship, personal problem, all sorts of things. How could you be so irresponsible? I don't get it. So that's just my personal experience. That's the two examples that really stood out. There's so many more. And when I am out there, I always put up a very, very high alert guard. And that is what I'm talking about, the cons in pros' clothing. They look like the pro, they look like the coach, the guru, the experts. However, they're not. They're just a con artist because they have all this problem themselves. The financial guru have all this financial trouble. The life coach always have life dramas. So be very, very careful out there because there are too many out there. They are everywhere. So I still hire coaches and mentors myself. And I almost like get into this habit of hire somebody, like learn a major skill every year. Every year I'll get into something and try to, fine tune my skills and, fill the gap, right? So this year I actually hired a marketing coach. And of course I learned my lessons. So when I hired somebody, I always vet them, verify them, and want to know what they have done. Do you have track record? Because if you don't, why should I be hiring you? Why should I be learning anything from you? So I want to make sure that they actually have something to offer me before I write them the check. So I urge anybody, if you're thinking about hiring a coach, which I highly recommend, people should always find a mentor, find a coach. And if this is a paid position, make sure you vet them before you write them a check. It's very important to know what they have done, what's the track record, because history tends to repeat itself. If they have track records before, it's likely that they could deliver again. Hey, so don't forget to subscribe and review our podcast because your support and your love is very, very important. And go to startupbuffet.com and binge watch all the business video in our business library. So, as always, Startup Buffet, your business your way. Thanks for joining us. This is your Chief Buffeteer, Ameda. See you next time.
Hey, Buffeteers, don't forget to subscribe, share, review, and give us some 5 stars love. And as always, Startup Buffet, your business, your way. Get all the extras, downloads, and videos mentioned in this episode at startupbuffet.com